I am Savvy Mike, and this is I Am Savvy Mike TV. And well, we have to comment on a few pods going out of business. Apparently, the Need to Know pod with Savon and Alex, they're gonna stop podding, and apparently, the Bigger Picture with Elliott Wilson, Jeremy Heck, and DJ Head is over with as well. Now, I want to say this: hip hop media has become a game ran by gatekeepers, ran by conglomerates, to the point now where literally Megan Thee Stallion and Milagros, and they was supposed to come to a decision yesterday. I don't know what that decision was. I'll look into it and I'll come back to you about it. But they're arguing right now what is media and what's not, just because Megan is suing Milagro for defamation and saying she was bullying her and making fun of her, and she's the reason she lost money, and this is that and the third. We live in an age where new media is being gatekept by the industry because the industry wants new media to play the game. They want new media to be glazers, pick a side, root for this person, root for that person, say positive things. Don't say anything negative. No criticisms. No questions. Just go with it. Don't ask. Just be a nice little clown in the fucking circus. That's what they want. But with the rise of big hip hop platforms like Say Cheese, like No Jumper, like DJ Academics, and various others, it's hard for the industry to control new media because new media is independent in what it does. Now, the industry can give money to new media and say, hey, promote this artist, promote that artist. But as far as their opinion goes, it's really no buying that. Because if something happens, they're going to post about it. They're going to talk about it. And you're not going to tell them not to. And they reserve every right to, because they built the platforms that they did. And nowadays, the roadblock a lot of people in new media have run into is that it's a lot of gatekeeping going on, not only with the big conglomerates within new media, the No Jumpers, the DJ Academics, the Say Cheese TVs, the Joe Budden podcast, and various others. It's a lot of picking and choosing, and it's a lot of bringing people to the top that aren't truly interesting, not really entertaining, but they're going to say what you want to hear. And it's like, well, what's starting to happen is that the topic that you're glazing about all the time, the thing that you're talking about a lot, if it's not something that the people want to hear, then nobody's going to listen to it. Nobody. And unless you're buying bots, the numbers will reflect and show that. That's just what it's gonna be. Now, at the end of the day, while that doesn't align necessarily with Savon and Alex, because Savon and Alex's case is different than the Bigger Pictures. Savon and Alex's case is a case of, well, they really the only audience that they had established to even start a podcast is the audience they had with Joe Budden. Because Savon and Alex both worked for Joe Budden during that prime time of Joe Budden, Rory, and Mal, and they were mainstays and focuses. Like Savon would guess when one of them wasn't there or not. So, that they didn't have the Joe Budden stimmy that Rory and Mal got, but they still had a bit of the stimmy. So they built their own platform, did their own thing. But the problem is they weren't nobody really wants to give it up because nobody wants to seem like an asshole, because at the end of the day, you want to get interviews. If I can be honest with you, the reason this channel does what it does and has the viewership that it has is because I'm not paying for an interview. I'm not about to save up all my money to go get a Charleston Wayne interview, because that's the interview I'm going to get if I do. But it's just, you start to ask yourself, is it worth it? And in a lot of sense it is. But then it's like you still want to keep chasing that same high. Like, yeah, I can get that interview with Charleston White, but I would have to keep getting the interview with Charleston White. Like, I would have to keep paying him for an interview. Like, I couldn't just do that one interview and not call him again. And then on top of that, it's like, okay, I did that interview. Now I need to do this one, or I need to try to get with this person or that person. It never stops at the end of the day. And now you're spending money to make money. And you're spending a lot of it, too, because these niggas ain't cheap. Like, it's not like I give Charleston White $500. If I could, I would. But that's not his price. So you run into, like, this content game is really about who people are really looking into and watching and want to watch and want to see. And usually those are the really polarizing figures. So if you don't have a guest like Charleston White on, or a guest like this, or a guest like that, you're stomping your viewership, number one, in that sense. And if you're not really talking about anything that the people want to hear, and nobody really cares about your opinions because they know it's spewed in bias, and it has a lot of subjectivity going on in it. It's not objective at all. Like, it's all about how you feel and what you want. Then yeah, people shy away. And, at the end of the day, it's like I said, it's all about really having an established audience. Like for Savon and Alex's case, unfortunately, they only had a little bit of the Joe Budden stimmy, so they couldn't make that work. It wasn't going to sustain unless they kept getting the interview from Joe, or like just stayed in that world and really like push that type of content. I'm saying you get into a box where, unfortunately, you want to go outside of it and show people who you are and really establish that. But at a certain point, you have to keep the lights on. And if you're not running something that's cheap to run, then at the end of the day, you're not going to sustain. So regardless of it, I feel like Jeremy Heck got handed this platform on the silver platter, and this was his chance to make a moment, and he didn't do it. And that just shows you what type of content creator he wants to be. He wants to be the glazer. He wants to be the guy that's interviewing the rappers and being positive about all the rappers that he likes. And if everybody's piling on this one rapper, I'm going to always shit on and be negative towards them. That's the type of content creator he wants to be. We know who DJ Head is, and DJ Head, he already got his own platform. And if anything, don't Elliott Wilson, like, ain't he like co-owner in Hip Hop DX or something? Like, ain't he on the board or some shit? I don't know. I could be wrong. But outside of that, though, they gonna be fine. The only nigga that's left out the pasture at this point is Jeremy, and figure it out, is Jeremy Heck. And it's just like, this was your moment and chance. You're sitting with Elliott Wilson. You're sitting with DJ. This is your moment and chance to really make a name for yourself and really be different. But you didn't choose to do that. Oh, I want to be the Nadeska of this. That's what you chose to do. And Nadeska did her job well during Everyday Struggle because she had two polarizing figures that were going to turn it up no matter what sitting next to her. Elliott Wilson and DJ Head. DJ Head has his biases. Elliott Wilson, he has his role he plays in hip-hop journalism. They were going to always be fine regardless. You, my nigga, this was your moment and chance to shine, and you blew it. And now you're left out the pasture, hitting the unemployment line, trying to figure out what to do. And that's the only reason. Look, you can call me what you want to call me, but at the same time, regardless of it, this is why I'm building what I'm building without doing it how everybody else is doing it. I know, 10-minute intro. Michael, shut up. No. No, we all irrelevant. Everybody in this video that I'm about to talk about, other than Ack at the end of it, is relevant. So I can say what the fuck I want to say. Regardless of it. This is what you ask for when you get hired, instead of creating your own. I know creating your own is fucking hard to do, because that's what I'm doing. And I know building it is hard. And it seems like at a certain point you see and everybody cheat to win. You want to just do that. So that's what you did, in a sense. You signed the deal. You got close with Elliott, got close with DJ Head, glazed off Kendrick Lamar and the K-Bots, and you got a name for yourself in doing all of that. To the point where, hey, you got on the show with Elliott Wilson and DJ Head on a major platform like Hip Hop DX. But what are we gonna do with that opportunity? nothing? Keep the same thing we've been doing to get the opportunity? Or at some point, are we going to actually be objective and tell the fucking truth and be honest? Look, I love Kendrick Lamar, one of the greatest rappers of all time. But at the end of the day, GNX is not his best project he's ever made. And there's no reason it should be nominated for a Grammy this year. And if it wins, we know what the fuck is going on. Because regardless of it, I don't care what you say, GNX is not a better album than Let God Sort Him Out. It's just not. It's a good album. It's fine. It's not bad. It's fire. I mean, it's Kendrick Lamar. He's not going to make something trash or mid. He's him. But regardless of it, it ain't better than what Pusha T and Malice did on that Let God Sort Him Out. It ain't better than what Chance did on Starline. I can keep going down the list, to be honest, but that's just the truth. But I'm on it. They're not. And maybe if they get honest, because see, if I get a platform, I'm not switching up. That's probably why I don't have a platform. That's why I probably don't get hit up, because I'm not glazing. I'm not falling into one pattern. No, I'm going to be who I am, and I'm going to say what I feel. And if somebody has a problem with it, guess what? You can suck my dick. Either way. And that's what I love so much about having my own. Look, regardless of it, and no long with it, we'll let them talk, and then we'll get into what Savon and Alex had to say for about 5 minutes, and then we'll get into what Ak has to say. Long video, who cares? You'll be all right. Either way, regardless of it, if I had this platform, I'm going to take the I know how to produce myself. I know when it's time to come in and go viral. Oh, we going viral today. I know when it's time to not. You just got to know what to do. And unfortunately, Jeremy hecked it. And so hopefully he takes this and he uses the audience that he kind of established and just go build something on his own. It's going to take some time. The numbers aren't going to look good. Trust me, I know. But at the end of the day, if you are truly doing something that you love, and that's what I was really about to get into, because I've been doing YouTube stuff since 2014. This wasn't just something I just said, let me do this. Like, no, I always wanted to get back to this and get back to doing this in the way that I'm doing it now, or at least in a different way. I like what I'm doing, how I'm doing it now. I could polish it up and do better videos, but I just don't have the time to edit that much. So I can edit how I edit now, and it just be that. But if I did have more time to edit, then you would get better narrative and those type of videos if that's what y'all truly want. Just don't have time to do it. Unfortunately, I am a working man on both sides of the coin, on the YouTube side of the coin and the non-notified coin. I work 12 hours a day during the week, whether anybody likes it or not. I don't like it, but I do it. So regardless of it, I know how hard it is. And I know why somebody would want to take a shortcut. I'm just telling you not to. Because then you are beholden to what somebody else, money and what they're saying. You have an overhead. And regardless of it, I want to be able to just go, okay, fuck content. I'm doing music video reactions. Is it going to get me paid? No. Is it going to get me money? No. But I'm done. I just want to talk about music. I can do that. I can make that choice. I can make that pivot because I run this. I am Savvy Mike. And this, as always, is I always say, is I am Savvy Mike TV. And it's going to stay that. So you live and you learn. And look, I'm doing what I'm doing now. Who knows what I'll be doing in 5 years? Who knows what I'll be doing in 10? But at the end of the day, I'm going to always be here. As long as I got an internet connection, a camera, and a computer, you got to deal with me. I know. You don't want to deal with me. You hate the fact that you do. But unfortunately, it is what it is. Either way. I'm done yapping. I'm done talking. This is my yapathon. Let's get into the clips. I'm not even going to say anything else. I'm not even going to talk. You know what? I am Savvy Mike in this. This is I am Savvy Mike TV. Peace.
Give me a shot.
I'm gonna miss you saying that. The fans are gonna miss you saying that.
I'll just call you over the holidays. I'll call you Thanksgiving. I'll call you Christmas.
The bigger picture. That's it, and then hang up.
Yeah.
But as you know from the title and the thumbnail, you're probably like,
"Oh, that's how you did us?
What is happening?" Yeah, I did us kind of crazy. It just says it's over on the thumbnail.
Oh my god.
But people are probably like, "What's happening?" Is the bigger picture done forever? Did they break up? Did they fight? Did egos get in the way?
What did Elliott do?
That's really
Nobody's wondering that, by the way. Nobody. I think everybody knows that y'all were just flopping, and it wasn't sustainable. It just the math wasn't math and money wise. I think everybody could come to those conclusions. Now, I seen some people theorizing that this could be about something else. This could be like, oh, them trying to see if there is like really some backing behind this, and then somebody else can pick them up and go, hey, y'all clearly have an audience, because when y'all said it was over, you know, a lot of people were sad about it. So I'm gonna pick you up, and y'all can, and I'll pay for this, and y'all can do this on this platform. Maybe. I doubt it though. I highly doubt it. I don't think this show is coming back no time soon.
the question people are asking. What did Elliott do? And the answer, maybe surprisingly, is nothing. We are all on good terms. We actually all are still friends. We still talk.
I went to DJ Head's event. You didn't go, but you know.
But we hung out today, this morning. You know, we talk off air sometimes. But this is the last time you will ever see us three on a stage together as the bigger picture. That does not mean, however, that this is the last time you will see us on stage together, all three of us, because there is potential that next year we will be back with a new format of some sort. There's still ideas being thrown around, still being brainstormed, but this was basically, as you know, started because of the beef, right? It was supposed to be a one-off thing that we did to just capture that moment in time. And then I think people were like, wait, these three guys are pretty good together.
What? Are we having revisionist history right now? This was supposed to just be a one-time thing? Oh, come on, man. No. I don't think it. That's not how this was presented. I would have to go back and look to really like be accurate about it, I guess. But this was, because if that's the case, how you know you at episode whatever? Like, let me go back. Yeah, how you know this episode 72? How is this episode 72 then? What is it, 73? 74? Or no, I'm going up. No, this is 73. There is no 74. There probably never will be. What is it, 71, 70, 70, 69, 68, 67? Like, what are we doing? Like, come on now. Is he really? This is supposed to just be a one-time thing? Where is it? When did it start? No, when did it start? Since I'm here. One-time thing, right, y'all? One-time thing. Okay, boom. All right, experts dissect the rap battle of the century.
Just give me your top 5 alive.
You can't take Cole out because of that.
Look. This was supposed to just be a one-time thing, right? Right? Hey, one-time thing. What'd that say right there? Episode 1. Niggas be lying, bro. They be lying. And see, that's why I was like, you know, maybe it was supposed to be a one-time thing. I'm not even going to look. But then I went and looked. And now we're here. Wait, let's see. Is there episode 2? Go back. Come on, go back. Are we still around it? Yeah, we are. Is there episode 2? Is it? Okay, no, these are clips. Okay, Rap City interview. Shout out to the legend Rap City. Is this episode 2? Yep. One time thing. That first episode was just to be that only thing. Y'all had a name, production, had a set, mics, Elliott Wilson putting the shades on. And then the craziest part about it all is, yo, talk about a drop off. That first episode, 167,000 views. Okay. All right, we might got something here. One-time thing. No, let's make it a two-time thing. Second episode, 33K. What is that, a 70% drop? Okay, I don't want to talk about numbers, but my God, one-time thing. Why is he up there lying? Now I'm where I'm at. I wanted to do the science, get the evidence. Why is Jeremy Heck lying? One-time thing. There wasn't no one-time thing, my nigga. No. This was a thing y'all planned on doing. Y'all planned on this running for years on end. 1.6 million subscribers and only cracking 30,000 views. Leave me alone. One
together.
Guys.
They got some going that I think is hard to recreate, and we ended up doing 73 episodes.
73.
which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, we
So
were
yeah,
supposed to
I
just
guess
do one episode.
First of all, before we kind of reminisce, I just want to thank
Liar.
the people watching right now who have stuck with us for 73 episodes, which is a lot of time. People have probably listened to us more than they've spent time with their own family and friends over the last year and a half.
I'm comfortable with that.
And I'm gonna take that for granted. So thank you guys so much. If you spent a minute watching, if you spent every week watching, if you've been in the chat, left a comment, asked a question on Heads Live, or tweeted at us or whatever it might be, we appreciate you guys.
Did you add?
What?
But yeah, so I guess to look back before we head into the next chapter.
No, see, and that's the problem. Nobody wants to talk. This is why this show is getting canceled. Because nobody wants to say anything unless it's about defending Kendrick Lamar's name. And then that's when niggas want to talk, allude to things, and all types of extra shit. No, we didn't want to hear podcasts of mysterious shit. And niggas that really don't want to tell the truth or be critical unless it benefits them. Unless it gives them, unless it feeds their ego.
What were your thoughts coming into this when you got the call from Elliott at first? Were you like, okay, this is just going to be a one-time thing? You texted or you hit him up, right?
Texted him?
Yeah, Elliott hit me. And let me see if I still got that picture.
Send a picture?
I got a picture that we should put up.
Oh, man.
Yeah, AirDrop.
I got everything in that damn phone. God damn.
Let me
see if I got Elliott's birth certificate in this motherfucker.
Let me see if I got this motherfucking
I got
picture.
the hospital from Queens to send this over
You know
real
what
quick.
I'm saying? Hold on. Let me see
Let's
something.
see if he really black. Look at this shit.
Elliott Wilson. Okay.
Okay.
Let me see
Let's
if
see
I
what
get
he's
this
thinking of
motherfucking
culture.
picture. So I have a picture. I have a photo in my phone.
I'm scared.
You should be. Let me see if I got it. Please be.
I don't even know what this is.
Please be the picture.
It better be the bigger picture.
Oh, I really hope this is the picture. If this is
What were you doing?
I'm frightened. Right now.
I am actually a little scared too.
It is the picture. I got the motherfucking.
Yeah, AirDrop.
This is why this got canceled. This is trash. This is a serious moment. Niggas want to hear what's going on, what's happening, and they done wasted my time, a minute or two of my time over a picture that Elliott Winston sent him a year ago. Bro, nobody cares. DJ Head, why the fuck is this show getting canceled? Elliott Wilson, why the fuck is this show getting canceled? Jeremy Heck, you did your best to explain it and make it seem like, oh, this isn't The Last of Us. So you're not really going to give us no answers because your white ass still got hope. But these two niggas up here, the reason this show is canceled is because they don't want to fucking talk. That's why it's canceled. They know what to say. They know how to turn shit up, but they don't want to do that because whatever reason, I don't know. I could care less at this point. Let's get into Savon and Alex. Enough of this. I don't even care no more. They made me not care.
Doing all right. Seen better days.
For sure.
Have had better news to give.
Yeah, man.
And I'm sure people that's listening probably have had better news to receive, but it's not the end of the world. And yeah, I think this is just one of those episodes, one of those moments where we got to be real with ourselves, with the people that have supported us, the audience, and with each other.
Yeah, facts. Most importantly.
So this episode is pretty special because we didn't come with an outline.
We got nothing, y'all.
We didn't come with any pre-planned notes, any pre-planned conversations for the most part. But it seems like we're at a crossroads right now, personally, professionally.
Yeah.
And we're probably going to have to take some time away.
Yeah.
And not really have a clear outlook on what the future looks like.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. Right now, indefinitely, we really don't know what the course of the podcast is looking like. And Savon, let's just be real. Shit is expensive.
That's one aspect.
That's one. Yeah, we could go through all of them because I don't think people really understand what this shit takes. You know, especially when you have so many other things in your life, in your personal life, family, money, career, work, etc. So one thing on the list being it's getting harder and harder to afford keeping the lights on here, to be quite frank with you guys.
Well, let's give them a little bit of insight, Alex.
Yeah,
how about that? Instead of we want to be transparent, let's be transparent.
We've paid for everything from the jump.
So obviously, anybody who's been tapping in with us, we've been an independent podcast for the beginning and always have been.
Since its inception.
Since the inception of the podcast, Alex and I came together, and every single thing that has happened with the podcast has been funded from us until we got to a point where the business and the podcast was making its own money.
Yeah.
And again, I do want to just highlight all of the supporters, all of the listeners, anybody who's ever clicked, hate click, love click, all of this shit. It all matters and it all has helped. But we've been doing this for a while now. almost close to a decade.
Yeah.
We've seen some of the biggest highs. We've seen some of the lowest lows. We've had different iterations of the podcast. We've been in different studios. We've rented studios. We've bought studios. We've rented equipment. We've bought equipment, right? We've had amazing people along the way. But I think right now, coming into this year, we made last year. So coming into this year, we made over 6 figures.
Yep.
We made, I want to say, close to last year.
In totality?
As a podcast.
Put everything together.
From ads. If anybody, again, go back and listen. We had maybe 3 to 6 ads per episode.
Remember them Burger King commercials? I mean, McDonald's.
Be respectful of the people that held us down.
Shout out to McDonald's.
It was McDonald's. It was Underdog. It was Walmart. It was Hulu. It was Hennessy. It was Trojan condoms. It was M&M's. It was a lot of the big brands.
DEI initiatives.
And even before we get to DEI, I just want to kind of paint a full picture for people. And walk them down how we kind of got here. And again, there's different layers, but let's just start with the financial component, in my opinion. So we came into this year.
I mean, honestly, that's the only part that matter, and that's where we land, regardless of it, for both the bigger picture and this podcast as well. Look, at least y'all made it to episode 344. They only made it to episode 73, and they have a way bigger platform than y'all do. So, at the end of the day, my thing is with when it comes down to it, see, I'll be honest, since we're all being transparent, right? I started a pod with Dion and D and Charlie and whatnot, and it costed us no money to do that. None whatsoever. The only reason we really don't do that podcast is because a lot of people lost the commitment to want to do it. You know what I mean? It wasn't me, It was on my channel. I was clipping it up. Of course it wasn't me. I was having fun doing it. I was the host. I was the A-Mic. It wasn't me. Of course I want to do the podcast, but as far as other ancillary factors falling into it, the people that I was doing a podcast with have their own lives. And their lives aren't centered around doing content with me. You know what I mean? There's other shit going on. There's other shit they want to focus on. There's other shit on their plate. So it just comes down to a fact of, are you committed to it or you're not? And a lot of people didn't want to prioritize the podcast that we had started. And it is what it is. It happened. And so that's why we stopped doing it. We did 2-3 episodes. We only made it to 3 episodes. Honestly, I thought we were only going to be able to do 1, in my opinion. But the fact that I was able to get all of them together to do 2-3 episodes of what we did, I think that if I had something set up to where they could just come, sit down, talk, and leave, I think they would do it. So, at some point I might bring that back. I might not. But I run this. So, regardless of it, this will never... As far as the content that I do, as what I do, it'll never stop. Cause I can't. I just don't have it in me to quit. And maybe that's what it is too with Savon and Alex, that I feel like my beef with them is because just because you can't afford to do it how you've been doing it, don't mean you don't at least have the resources to find a way to do it in a way that it's sustainable. And then y'all worked with Joe Budden. And a lot of times when you were working with Joe Budden, what were you doing when it was Rory Mall, Joe Budden, and Parks? You were going to Parks' house. Like, they weren't buying a studio. Like, I'm sure Joe was throwing Parks some money, of course, but he didn't have to. Like, Parks was paying his own rent. All he had to do was make sure the rent was paid that month, and the lights were on, and the Wi-Fi was there, or no, it was just really the lights and rent paid. We got a couch. Joe, I'll bring the cameras, the mics, and the setup. I'll go get all that. Boom. And then they were able, and now he has a whole thing. He bought the apartment he's in just so he don't have to pay rent. But that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're going to put yourself in a nice studio like this, because it is nice and it matters, at the end of the day, it's nothing wrong, in my opinion, with, pulling back and stripping down and going, okay, I can't afford the expensive studio. Maybe I need to find a way to do it at my house. Maybe if that's me getting a 2-bedroom apartment, 3-bedroom apartment, and making one of them rooms a podcast studio, and that's just where we record. And so it's just like, look, I'm gonna pay my rent every month. I need somewhere to stay. So if where I stay is where my podcast little shindig is, we can, like I'm saying, make it work. Like if you really want to do this, if you really want to be a podder, then make it work. It should be nothing stopping y'all. Like, yeah, maybe it's just a setback. Like, okay, honestly, we're just moving studios. We won't be here next episode. Give us some time. We'll figure it out. Probably beginning of next year, we're going to come back in our new studio. It just won't be this anymore. Don't give up. You know, that's my thing. That's why I was saying, I'm like, I'm not a quitter. You know, I'm not going to quit. I'm going to keep, like, no matter what the numbers look like, no matter who's watching, I just, it's like I done got in the groove, and I do this thing in a way where it's comfortable for me. I like doing it, and it's sustainable enough that I could choose to not do any like monetized type content where I can make money off of it, and just react to music videos where I'm making no money off of it, because that's just I just chose to do that. I was burnt out from the content. Like I was burnt out. The flames kind of back. It's a little lit, but today you just gotta make your own, man. Build your own. And I felt like that's what Savon and Alex was doing. And I don't think they should quit just because they can't afford it. Find a way to afford it. I guess for me, it's like I'm gonna take the tools I have and I'm gonna use them to the best of my ability. I'm gonna make it work. No matter what it, like, if I want to do this, if I want to be a YouTube content creator and talk about the things that I'm passionate about, that I want to talk about, then I'm just going to do it. And no matter what anybody has to say about it on the internet or otherwise, or in the comments, dislikes, the trolls, like, until YouTube say, Michael, no more, we're done with you, fuck you, until they get me up out of here, this is where I'm at. This is where I'm at. So. And I'm not that polarizing, so I don't say fuck. Man, I'm not that guy. You know what I mean? Either way, yeah, I'm done. No, long video. You'll be alright. Regardless of it, let me know what you think about all the podcast cancellations that are going on in the industry and what the future of podcasting is look like. And at the end of the day, it is the fourth quarter, so it is coming around that time where things, if contracts weren't renewed, if leases weren't signed, it's a wrap. It's done. It's over with. Either way, I'm going to put that Jeremy Heck pact in the air. As always, I'm not smoking. I like Savon and Alex. I think that's why I don't want them to quit. You know, I don't mind listening to their podcast. I think they should keep doing it. But, you know, you got to find a better way to do it that's affordable. The bigger picture, though, I don't listen to that. And when I do, they doing nothing but glazing. So why would I want to hear it? Either way, I am Savvy Mike in this, and I am Savvy Mike TV. Peace.